Hello everybody and welcome back to Saxlingham. So we are just on our way to go start by doing this mowing contract, and then we will have a fertiliser contract to do, and then I think we can call this day call it a do, because it's been one very long day. So nothing to the right, nothing to the left, and I think it is, if we just go over the ford, it's the first field on the right hand side. We need to get a drill at some point, but that'll probably be next month when we move into September. That'll probably be a good idea then. But I also have been having a little think about what's best to do, because we've got this John Deere which is 225 horsepower, but we can't, let's just double check, yeah, this is the one, we can't hire anyone to help us whilst we've just got the one tractor, so we do need a second one. But then this is the problem that we have: we will have to just continually lease everything, lease all our equipment. So it's, where do we go with all this, I think, is very much the big question. So let's just get everything unfolded. So yeah, so it's very much, do we buy another tractor, obviously lease another tractor, or do we look at getting more equipment? I think the leasing of a tractor will be a better idea, because then we can turn through a lot more work, and especially for ourselves it means that we don't have to do as much, just us, because it's like this month, you know, we've been fairly busy just on our own trying to get all these jobs done. Just bought 2 bags of fertiliser, so we will, there they are, so we will quickly open our lid and get these put in, and then we will head off to, I forget which field it is now, so we leave it there for easy to load and go on to our map. It should show us that we are field 51, so we're basically going right to the side of the map. So we'll get these in and I will see you down at the field. So instead of going left, which we have been doing, we are now going right. So, oh, that's not a very good junction to do. But right, so let's go, let's stay on our side of the road. And we'll have to find, I think it's that field on the left just here. So if we, what a lunatic. So if we just pull into here, we'll get our screen up so we can do some steering assist. So steering assist, we just want to do 1 lap. Right, so let's put that on. where's it taking us to? Right, so we're doing the headland first, which is good. And it's a very, very small field. But I'll tell you what, it's a very picturesque little field. It's almost that grass field we've just done. That was a beautiful field to work in. To the point of where just looking at it was a serious content, seriously thinking about buying that field. Obviously it all depends on money, because I know a lot of farmers have moved into the area, so field prices have gone up fairly drastically. But it's like with everything, when there's demand, prices for everything go up. So we should just be fortunate that we managed to get our small plot in a very sought after area. This will be it for the day now, so let's reverse that into there. We'll just take it off for the time being, just in case. Turn the John Deere off, and now it's going to be a little bit of a walk to go back to our house. Let's lock all this up, so that should be everything all right. A little bit of a walk back to the house now, and we'll get these invoices sent off to make sure that we keep money coming into the bank. And here we are. So, it is time now to go inside, get these invoices done, and we will see you all in September. Well, it's a bit of a foggy one this morning. That is an absolutely lovely sight. You don't get sort of much better with those God rays coming through, but it's only up there. Down here, it's a slightly lower hanging over there, but obviously we've got a bit of a clear pocket. But right, we need to have a look at drills, and I don't know whether we should do this online or whether we should have a nip down to the dealership. We've also got to make sure that our tractors, we've only got 225 horsepower, so we will need to make sure that there is a bit more, that whatever drill we go to is capable. So we currently only have £5,122, which is going to make it a bit harder for us to get ourselves a drill. So it all depends whether we can maybe call the dealership up and see if they will loan us, do a demo on a drill that we can look to buy, or it's contracts, but I don't think there will be any more contracts for drilling just yet. So we need to have a bit of a long hard think, and we should also have a look to see whether have a look online to see if the dealership has anything used in that may be of any value sort of to us. So they do have this cultivator in, where it's only £5,384 as it is. So I think that would be a good idea to go have a look at this, because for that amount of money, I think it would be silly to lose out on what potentially could be a very, very good deal. So we're asking the dealership to get it out for us, and yeah, we'll go have a look. So we can now take this over to the dealership and see, and if we like it, that's the whole reason of taking this, is if we like it we can then bring it back, but if not, it's not too much of a wasted... Oh, hold on, it's Walter. Right, let me just get this very quickly, please. Hello?
Twycar, Field 2 and 3 need fertilizing ASAP. Can you do it?
Yeah, can do. Field 2 and 3. Yeah, definitely. We'll go. We'll put the spreader on now, and then, because I'm on my way up to the dealership anyway to have a look at the cultivator, so we'll bring the spreader up with us.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Sound job. Alright then, Walter. See you shortly. Cheers. Bye. Hey, how good's that? Right, let's get the spreader put on and we can take this up with us. And then worst comes to worst, we may even be able to put the cultivator onto the front to bring everything back sort of in one go. We have a little bit of fertiliser here, so if we do these 2 fields for Walter, we can then obviously buy more fertiliser through it all, and it will also give us just the right amount of money to get ourselves this cultivator, that's completely depending on whether it's the right thing for us. So by my reckoning, it's left just here on the main road. So right, we're clear that way to go. And then this field on the right, what's he let happen to that? He's let that wither. And now he's wanting us to fertilise it. Well, if he wants to pay us to do it, I'm more than happy to do it. I just don't quite understand why he's wanting us to do it when it's withered. Unless he's fertilising and getting ready for mulching all this and then turning it all in. I don't honestly know. But let's get our spreader unfolded, and like I say, what other people do is completely up to them. Let's just set our GPS on. So, the lines were a fair bit off there. But right, let's line up here, turn it on, put the spreading discs on, and then yeah, we'll get this one. We should be able to get this one done without having to reload. But if we do, look at the dealership's just up the road. Walter should certainly be a very happy man. We're just finishing off in field number 3, so just 2% of the field left to go before we're done, like so. And yeah, so he called us, what would it have been, not even an hour ago maybe, and they're both done. So he certainly can't complain about a thing. But right, I'm hoping that the dealership has got our cultivator out. So we just pull here. Well, he must have been happy because he's already paid us straight away, and that's brought our bank balance up to £18,500. So yeah, let's get to the dealership now. Up there, let's check the road first, and we'll get them to get this cultivator out so we can have a look and see whether it's something that's worth purchasing. And there it is. That is also a bag of our lime. So just before we drive any further forward, that 6 meters should be more than enough, and we certainly have the horsepower. We also have the weight if need be. So I think that's more than adequate. Because I don't think for ourselves, let's go pick it up and put it on the front. For ourselves, I can't see us really needing it. But from the contracting point of view, I think it will be invaluable, personally. I think it'll be one of these things that we'll just use the whole time. And like I say, being 6 meters, it's covering plenty of ground for us. So right, that looks a bit precarious. And if you actually look at the tractor, it is leaning fairly far forward. But we'll just hop in, tell them that we'll have it, and we can then make our way back to the farmyard. I do love our little driveway here. It's so picturesque, having all the grass paddocks on the side. It is. We're very, very fortunate. Although buying this business, there wasn't much to it. Obviously, there's a bit of land, which is always very, very helpful, and the odd bit of equipment. But when you look at it, what do we have? A telehandler, the odd trailer, and a combine. So I think we've done really, really well. We are doing really, really well for ourselves. So the next thing we're going to probably have to have a look at is where we're going to put everything. So let's just drop the trailer off here. If we swing this in, I think, can we get this? Oh, okay, that's very heavy. Oh dear. If we try and drive it somewhat forward and see, let's just drop it off there, hopefully. Oh, what's going on? Come on. Let's get you off and let's just pull you out of the way. We may be able just to push it back with the telehandler. So let's hop out, go into here. I'm very glad that we bought the front weight now in the previous episode, because I think we would have really struggled. Which, it's interesting because this, I think it's 140 horsepower to pull it. So it does make you think that if that's all you need to pull it, the lower the horsepower, in general rule of thumb, the lower the power, the lower the weight of the machine. So that certainly does make it a bit interesting. Can we... Ooh, if this works, this will be brilliant. So let's just move it over here slightly. I just don't want to damage it too much. I know it's second hand, but it's still got a bit of a value to itself. So let's park this back up in here, like so. So we can turn that off. Let's go get the fertilizer spreader in, and then we want to look at our silage sausages, because there'll be a bit of money there for us. And depending on where we want to go, if we're wanting to start with beef cattle sooner rather than later, as soon as we've got some silage, we can go, and that may very well be something to look into. I don't think we'll do it this episode, because I think we're very much coming to the end, because we need to make sure we have enough money to pay our hire fees and leasing fees. So let's just leave that there, and then I would like to just show you, if we go into the pickup, we've got the brochures on the front seat in here. So we hop in here, I can show you what I'm thinking. So in an ideal world, this is where I'd like to be. Obviously with just a few changes, having the bigger engine would be amazing, but it's not something that you need straight away. But I'd like to be up near the 300 horsepower. The wheels, we don't want twins, but I would like to be wide tyres with weights on. EU, if we want a panoramic wind like roof, we can do. I don't think it's something that we really need. 3-point links, we don't need the front loader on it. The Azaria Pro will be very good. So that's 304,500 to buy that. We could though hire purchase, but the minimum deposit we need is 15,222, which I imagine that'll be some big sort of monthly repayments going on. So that's what I would like to go for to add to the fleet. But it may be, we may just have to change what brand of tractor we're using. I don't know yet. we could get lucky and something could come in the sale. But right, let's go have a look at our silage sausage. So we'll just hop out of here and we'll have a little bit of a jog on and have a look, because they shouldn't be too far, or one would hope they shouldn't be too far off being fully fermented. Yeah, so these, by the looks of them, don't look far at all. And then we've got our bales over there. And like I say, we've still got 2 fields to drill, and I'm hoping we may even find ourselves a few more contracts to come in. And then we shouldn't be too far away from selling all these. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye for now.